Alright boys, my guess, spider gears. These are the spider gears out of the auto. So hopefully I can just replace them. But it's a bit different than an auto where you can just take the front off. Alright boys, I have skipped ahead a little bit. I've taken the radiator out. You can see the power steering's off to the side, the AC's off to the side, intercooler's off, alternator's out. And we're not too far getting this out. So we need to do starter, clutch, wiring and fuel. But we have an EZ30 over there that was on the engine stand, so got that off, dropping it down onto a tyre so we can get this out and onto the engine stand. As you can probably see, it needs a little bit of work. It's pretty dirty, needs a good clean up. So there's probably going to be some oil leaks. And no, the EZ30 is not going to go in here. Well, not yet anyway. Right, making a little bit more progress. We've got all the electrical connections off the right hand side, as well as the two vacuum lines for the boost reference. We have the power off there. We've got the alternator line off. We have the starter and the earth and the trigger off. While I'm getting the starter off, I've soaked the bolts for the heat shields on the turbo, and then we're going to have to probably soak the bolts for the exhaust as well. And then we'll get the fuel off. And bell housing bolts and clutch. I've got the starter out, so I'm going to move on to trying to get the heat shield off. Once I've got the heat shield off, I'll soak the downpipe bolts, and then I'll move on to the clutch. So take off the slave, and then I'll get the pin out that's down there and disengage the throw out. Sorry boys, because the heat shield is rusty, I'm going to use a single hex 10mm. Hopefully we don't round it and we get it off. Alright, got the heat shield off. There's a lot more bolts than you think. Alright boys, I've got the slave cylinder off there. Next up we're going to pull the pin out and disengage the throwout bearing. But it's that time of the night, time to put the boys to bed, so that might be me for the night. Alright boys, we are back. We have the pin out for the clutch fork. It's disengaged. We've got all the bolts out. So now we can jack up the car. I'm going to do the heater hoses and fuel lines for liquid to drop down into a tub. And then we'll get onto the bell housing bolts. And while we're down there, we'll loosen up some of the other bolts on the downpipe. Finally back at it. So we're up to pretty much getting the bell housing bolts off. And the drive shafts are making it hard, so we're going to be getting the gearbox out anyway. So we can get the wheels off and get the drive shafts out. Make everything a lot easier. Plus there's still one bolt on the exhaust that goes to the gearbox that's really hard to get to because of the drive shaft on the other side. Alright, we've got both drive shafts out. We have the dump out. All these brackets and everything. I don't remember doing that to my GT. Maybe because my dad might have pulled it apart the very first time. Anyway, we can get to the bell housing bolts now. So we'll undo all of them and hopefully get this engine out shortly. Alright, it's all hooked up, ready to go. It's first time coming out by the looks of it. Probably not, because it's already had a clutch, I believe. Alright, let's get it out. Nearly forgot to get the bottom oxygen sensor out, which ends up hitting the frame rail. So make sure you take that out if you're going to pull your engine. Alright, engine is coming out. For some reason it span around when it was coming up, and we have a problem. So I'm going to push the fuzz out a bit so I can get it down onto the engine stand, but we'll get the clutch off and the flywheel. See how bad it really is. Alright, valve cover gasket is done, and spark plug gasket's done. It's all cleaned up, back on. We can move on to the other side, maybe after dinner. Cleaned up the head a little bit as well. Alright guys, we're back out of the garage again. I've already resealed this side. I have gotten the flywheel machined, that's good. However, I did break these two hoses because they're brittle. Following them around, it's pretty wet down here, and need another hose, I believe, down there. Got the one for the PCV, and I got the PCV valve, so that's all taken care of. But I need this one and this one. And there's I think a 90 down there. This side is alright, and I'm going to have to take this manifold off so I can get to those areas and clean it up as well, because this is putrid. Alright, so next weekend I've done what I can on the engine so far. I need to order some gaskets and a few hoses and stuff, but we need to get the gearbox out now. So got to drain this, drain that wheel out of the transmission, and then disconnect everything from inside, disconnect mounts, connectors, and we should be able to get it out.